Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. I'm Rookie, and today I'm going to be telling you guys a story time. I am back in the car. I don't really have like anywhere to film right now. Like I'm trying to figure out where the best place to film is. So yeah, I'm in the car right now. But anyways, today I'm going to be telling you the story time about how I lightweight got arrested when I was a sophomore in high school. So here we go. So it's sophomore year. I have just transferred to a new high school because freshman year freaking sucked. Like, I hated that school. I didn't want to go there in the first place. Like, I just knew it was going to be bad, and it was bad, and it was worse than I even expected, and yeah, so I had to get out of there. So I transferred to this new school. It's great. Like, I love this school. I didn't really have very many friends because I was new and I started like a day or two later than everybody else, which like really that's not that much later, but people had already had their own groups and everything. Like, it was just weird. So I ended up making friends with this girl. We're gonna call her Christy. Christy was in my homeroom, which was first period. It was English, and that was my favorite class ever. Honestly, like, I loved the teacher. He was super cool. He was super chill. Like, you could pretty much get away with anything in the class as long as you weren't like, you know, like being stupid or like doing something that's like off the wall. But like, yeah, like it was pretty chill. Like, I loved it. I loved that class. Yeah, so she was in my class, and she sat at my table. She sat right next to me, and like we didn't even talk until this one day where the teacher paired us up as partners, and we're like, okay, like, I'm working with this girl, like, who is she? So we just start talking, and like it turns out that we have a lot in common. We're just like into the same stuff. Like, we've been through a lot of the same things, and she was like my best friend, you know? Like, we were just like, bam, like we did everything together after that. We would hang out just all the time at school, and I'm not gonna lie, I skipped a couple classes with her. Anyway, so we started hanging out after school. She would hang out at the skate park a lot. Like, she was always at the skate park, and she was always grounded because she got in trouble a lot. Homecoming comes around, and I'm gonna tell this story. This is like another part of the story time, I guess, because like it adds up to it. But basically, there was a homecoming game, and then after that was the homecoming dance. I told my mom that I was going to the homecoming game with Christy and the dance. We didn't go at all. We went straight to her house, hung out for a little bit, got ready, and then we went to the skate park. And we were hanging out at the skate park, having a good time, smoking, drinking. Like, it's good. Like, we are having a good freaking time. I didn't get drunk. Like, I was buzzed, I guess, but like it went away pretty fast because we were drinking like Smirnoff Ices. Like, it wasn't like the Smirnoff Ice in like those big like vodka bottles. It was like one of those little lemonade ones. So like, you know. But that's gonna come into the story later. These lemonade Smirnoff Ices that are like not even like this big, like. So we got that. Yeah, anyways, that happens. It gets dark, and I don't know if she told her parents she was going to the homecoming game either, or if she said she was going to drama club, which she would tell her parents that she was going to drama club with me, and like I would literally lie to her parents and be like, yeah, we go to drama club, yeah, every whatever day of the week. It was insane. Like, we had this whole story going. It was so bad. Like, I feel bad for lying to my parents. I feel bad for lying to her parents. Basically, her dad wants her to come home, and it's dark outside. She doesn't want to walk me back to the school because it's, you know, like, her parents want her home and she could friggin' get in trouble. And we were coming from the skate park, but like we went into these neighborhoods, and like I didn't know this neighborhood, you know, like I walked with her back to her house, and then from her house I was supposed to walk to school, back to school. And I didn't know how to like get from her house to school, so I was like so confused. I was so lost. I called one of my friends. I don't remember who it was, but it was like I called somebody and I was like just asking them if they could talk to me on the phone like while I walk back to school, because it's hella dark outside. I'm walking by myself. I'm 15, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't live in that bad of a town, but you shouldn't really be walking around at night by yourself. So yeah, and you know what my friend told me? She was like, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Can I call you back later? I'm at a party right now." If that was any of my friends and they were scared to death to freaking try to find, you know, this place, like I was so lost, you guys. I was so lost. I did not know how to get to the school from Christy's house. Like, it was scary. I was scared, and I knew my parents were gonna be there waiting for me, and it was just this whole mess. So I try walking there. I can't find it. I call Christy and I'm like, okay, like, this is where I'm at, this is what I'm seeing, how do I get to school from here? Like, I don't know where I'm at. And she's like, I'll come get you. And so, like, anyway, she comes gets me. She wants to go to Taco Bell, and so I tell my parents just to meet me at Taco Bell because we're just gonna drive over there. I said we were gonna drive over there. I didn't say we were gonna walk, even though we did walk, but I didn't want my parents to know that because I knew they would be pissed if me and, like, my friends were walking around hella late at night. And so I said her parents were gonna drive us there, and so I'm trying to get there before my parents do. And so anyways, my parents they go to the wrong Taco Bell and they're waiting for me there, and my mom gets pissed because it's not the right Taco Bell. And so then, like, I'm not even at this Taco Bell yet, and I'm like, you know, like, we're not there, but, like, that's not the Taco Bell, like, da-da-da-da. Finally, she gets to the other Taco Bell that I was talking about, the one that we were going to, before I get there, and she sees me and my friend walking up, and, like, it was bad. Like, I didn't even know what to say at that point, and, like, I didn't even get food. I just got in the car, and I was like, I'm sorry, like, I'm sorry. And, yeah. So, from that, let's just move on to what I was really talking about when, like, the real trouble started. It was this one day that it was Christy and her friend, we'll call her Julie, and my mom picked all three of us up from school, and she was dropping us off at Christy's house so we could hang out, and we were supposed to hang out there. But come to find out, some of their friends that were from, like, out of town, or, like, they were from the town that we lived in, but they left, and anyways, like, their friends were coming back or visiting or whatever, and they wanted me to meet them. And so I'm like, okay, like, I'm part of the crew now, like, yeah, this is so fun. And so we go to the skate park, and Christy ends up getting alcohol, which wasn't even, like, strong alcohol. It was just those lemonade Smirnoff ices. Okay, you guys, we were smoking, like, the whole time before this. Before we got the drinks, we were smoking, right? And everything was fine. Everything was cool. Like, we were just walking around, like, the skate park. We went to Burger King, hung out there for a minute, came back. Like, everything was good. Yeah, then when we got the alcohol, we're drinking it, da-da-da. Basically, I still had alcohol. Like, I wasn't finished. I had, like, this much left. I don't know if they saw me drinking it or if they just saw that it was, like, next to me or what, but basically, these two ladies come up and they're like, I don't know, I just felt, like, weird because it's just kids at the skate park, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's parents are there, like, it was just weird, but I was like, okay, whatever. They come up to us and they're like, they asked if we know who somebody was and if we saw them, and they made it seem like they had a kid that went to, that hung out at the skate park, and, like, they didn't know where he was or whatever, and they were looking for him. We were just like, no, you know. My other friend that was there, let's call her Sally, she, like, noticed something, like, okay, something's not right here, this is weird, like, they're acting weird, something's gonna go down. And so she takes my drink, and she's like, we need to get rid of this, and so she just, like, chucks it, and I don't know where it went. But I was like, okay, whatever, like, it's gone now. What are they gonna do a breathalyzer test? So the bottle's gone. They keep talking to, like, the group, but I was kind of like, I was in the group, but I was like more on where there it's a skate park, right? They were over by the bowl, and I was like sitting on a, I don't know what you would call it, like, it's just a cement block. Anyways, these two ladies pull off their badges, and they say Tracy PD, da 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 da. Whatever. Like, I wasn't really, like, I was just so shocked, you know. I was like, shit, I'm in trouble. These are the cops. Like, what am I gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't even paying attention to what they were saying at that time. I was just like, this is great. And so I'm thinking of a way to, like, leave, and they come up to me and they asked me, where's that bottle of Smirnoff that I had? And I was like, I don't know. And they got pissed, and they're like, okay, I need you to come with me. And so they take me, this 18-year-old who had a beer, and some other kid that was like my age. They put us in handcuffs, take us behind this tree, and pretty much start questioning us. And I feel bad for the 18-year-old guy, because he got in trouble, like, way worse than I did. Like, I'm pretty sure he had to actually go to court and shit. So he just got a ticket and he got let go. I guess whatever happened to the other person that got in trouble that was, like, my age, I guess, like, the same thing probably happened to them. They probably just called their parents and whatever. But yeah, they were just questioning me. They had me lean up against the cop car while they called my parents. And I remember while they were calling my parents, the whole crew was just walking past and, like, staring at me, like I know they couldn't do anything, but their parents wouldn't care, but my parents do, and I don't know what's gonna happen when my parents get over here, so we'll see what happens. So basically, they end up calling my parents. They call my parents, and they hang up, and the lady has the nerve to ask me, are you gonna get in trouble? No, my parents are just gonna be so freaking happy to find out that their daughter got caught drinking at a skate park by an undercover cop. Yeah, they're gonna be so thrilled. Hella dumb. Okay, and so then I'm waiting for my parents to get there, and I see Christy behind the fence. Like, there's these apartments that are behind the skate park, and there's, like, a fence there, and it's, like, kind of broken, and she was, like, watching me the whole time, and I was just like, dude, this freaking sucks. Like, what am I gonna do? And so my parents get there. My mom is pissed. Like, she wanted to beat me so bad. It was insane. My dad was super disappointed. Like, he couldn't even talk to me. It was a mess. But I didn't even, like, I don't know. I had just, like, accepted the whole thing. And in my head, like, I knew it wasn't a big deal, because it was just drinking, you know? If they would've caught me smoking, oh Lord, like, oh my gosh, I would be in so much trouble. But it was just drinking. I mean, drinking is legal. Like, weed's legal now, but yeah, so, like, it wasn't a big deal to me, just because drinking is drinking. Like, in a couple years, I'll be able to drink anyways. Plus, I wasn't drunk. I wasn't, like, doing anything disrespectful, or, like, I wasn't making a scene in public, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was handling it fine, but whatever. So, like, I didn't even feel the need to cry. Like, I wanted to cry because I knew I was in so much trouble, but, like, I had just accepted it at that point, and I was like, you know what, I'm not even tripping. Yeah, I got in trouble, but I know in my head, like, it's not a big deal. Like, I'm probably not gonna go to court or anything like that. Like, it's just drinking. They have better things to deal with. But my mom was so mad that I was grounded for 8 months. So no phone for 8 months, no friends, and that's how I lost all the rest of the friends that I had pretty much, because I couldn't hang out with anybody for 8 months, and like school was terrible. It was just terrible. The friends that I did have had second lunch, and so it wasn't like I could really ever see my friends at school, and I couldn't see them outside either. It was like I couldn't do anything. It was terrible. I hated my life. And my mom made me write an apology letter to the undercover cops. And I just hella bullshit that letter, guys. Like, I just said what I thought they would want to hear. That day just like ruined my whole freaking high school. Like, it was going so good. I had just gotten friends, like things were great, and then bam, I'm grounded for 8 months, pretty much the rest of like the year, and yeah, it was bad. It was terrible. So that is the story of the time I got caught drinking at a skate park, and I was grounded for 8 months, and it was terrible, and I hated it. So don't do anything stupid like that, guys. I'm not going to tell you guys to go drink, but I'm saying if you do, don't be stupid about it. Be responsible. At least be like not in public where you could obviously get caught, and like don't go over your limits, because as soon as, like, you can be drunk and be like, okay, like if you know what you're doing and whatnot, but after you go like past that point and you're just like acting stupid, that's when it's a problem. I love you guys. Thanks for watching my video, and I will see you in the next one.